you may want to be associated with. So you might want to go over there right now and get you a cut rate on having a sponsors package of Streeter and his and of him on the streets.
It's tough, bro. I mean, listen, man, I might well make one of them goddamn on 99-cent kid commercial from back in the days. You want to help them kids, they just show them kids in Africa with flags flying around them and stuff. Man, and you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it was real or fake, you know what I'm saying? But they used to get people, I might well make one of them commercials, dog. You know what I'm saying? donate the football field.
No, we're gonna get you.
He ain't going to Arizona. Fuck that. Hell no.
We're gonna get you what they call them what they call that thing where they raise the money?
A GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start a GoFundMe from Streeter so he can continue going and covering the team. And see, most of the reporters are on the airplane. You would think that Miami, which I ain't gonna get into that because we're gonna be nice. That Miami would put him on the airplane with all the other reporters and all the other writers because he does such a great job. And he represents our community. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love the NABJ, because they get involved in these type of things when black media gets disenfranchised. Is 305 on the airplane, or do they have to get their own way there?
I'm not sure. They move around pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They some young boys. They got actually the first time everybody ever saw them was on my platform. I interviewed them because they were some high school kids at the time. They get around pretty good though. I was talking to him in Texas the other day. He had just flew in. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know on the plane. I don't know how they do it. I don't know who's on the plane and not on the plane. I just know, I mean, when it comes to the Canes, man, if you followed us, we've done a lot for the Canes on and behind the scenes. I mean, we talk to parents. I've told stories about parents calling us and us giving them advice and parents, and they ended up at the University of Miami. We've done a lot for them. I mean, but we've created a media business, which sometimes we have to. Sometimes we're for University of Miami. Sometimes we ask hard questions to the University of Miami, right? So basically, we're not partnered with them or anything, but a little help. Well, help. We help sometimes, so we help them. A little help.
Before we get into University of Miami, because I got some questions to ask you about your take on the game. There's a couple situations that's in Congress right now today that directly goes towards something that's dear to your heart, which is youth sports, as well as NIL. And so I want you to take a look at this and give me your opinion.
Used to be a great equalizer, where children from all backgrounds could learn teamwork and grit and build community bonds. Today, it has become the next victim of a financialized economy. Private equity is stealthily capturing youth sports, using the same playbook it has deployed in veterinary clinics, nursing homes, fire truck manufacturing, and countless other industries. Kids are burning out because of specialization, and injuries are on the rise. Families are going into debt, and it's based on a lie. 49% of parents believe their children will earn an athletic scholarship. In fact, only 2% of college applicants actually do. So what does youth sports look like today? Take 3 Step. It claims to be one of the largest youth sport event organizers in the country. It operates over 5,000 clubs across 7 sports and promises families, quote, immediate national brand recognition within the college recruiting landscape. Black Bear Sports Group operates over 40 hockey rinks across the Midwest and East Coast. A recent report by The Lever revealed that Black Bear is often the only game in town for hockey leagues.
Now, when you see something like this and them going to Congress, calling out all of these major organizations who are giving these parents this false sense of security, as if they sign up, pay $1,000, and they're going to help their kids get scholarships. When you see things like this, what's the first thing come on your mind?
Do you think that's effective, Luke?
Oh, it's big business.
You give $1,000 and
not effective. Right.
The question was, is it effective? Like, it seems very blanket, and it seems like they're getting out in front of parents' hope, right? Their hope that their kids can get a scholarship. But I didn't know it was big business. I didn't know that was going on.
It gets what? So check this piece out right here.
Investigating youth sports, and while this isn't a political channel, you need to at least be aware of what's going on. On December 16th, the House Early Childhood, Elementary, and Secondary Education Subcommittee held a hearing on youth sports called Benched, the Crisis in American Youth Sports and its Cost to Our Future. During the course of the hearing, they heard from 4 people: Tom Ferry from Aspen Institute, you may know them from Project Play; Steve Boyle from 241 Sports; Catherine Van Dyke from American Economic Liberties; and John O'Connor from Changing the Game Project. I'm going to share a couple of the highlights from the witnesses with you, just so you can hear some of the things that are being proposed and that Congress might be looking into. And I want to thank the guys at Buying Sandlot for summarizing this for me so I can get it out to you pretty easily. Van Dyke suggested that platforms that sell exposure to college coaches and recruiters could be making illegal claims. She also called on Congress to curb private equity with existing and new antitrust laws. So who knows what's going to come from that. Ferry suggested an idea to use federal sports betting tax revenues to fund youth sports. He also said all leagues should be required to register with the U.S. Center for Safe Sport and adhere to safe sport compliance and safety measures. He said that only about a third of youth sports organizations currently sit under that, and suggested that registration should be incentivized with offerings like subsidized background checks. During the course of the hearing, they also talked about the benefits of youth sports and tried to find ways to fund recreational and school sports to create opportunities to improve experiences and to grow participation. Now, I have no clue what will come of this. None of us do at this point, or if the government even will intervene in any way, but hopefully, with the amount of attention the current issues in youth sports are getting, we can have a somewhat healthier youth sports climate in the coming years. However, no amount of safeguards or funding will help if we as parents don't also do the work to have a healthy view and approach to youth sports.
So it's big business, Trita. It's on the Congress level.
Right
now. I mean, it has turned into 4 organizations, and that's why you heard them say the on 3 guy. It has turned into about 4 organizations that parents are leaning on, and they're telling them that we're going to get your kid a college scholarship, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever it may be. And parents are signing up to this shit.
Where is this happening at though? I would love
all across the country.
I ain't seen it on 72nd Street yet. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it at the liquor store down there. I ain't seen it down there yet. I ain't seen it over there.
And that's the thing, Streeter. You're not going to see that at Northwestern, any schools around here, St. Thomas, Heritage, or Edison, Central. You're not going to see that there. But where you're going to see these people, and why you're going to see these people take advantage of kids who are not as talented and kids who are playing in programs that are not. It's a couple ways. Parents who have got a lot of money, basically the parents who got a lot of fucking money, they feel like they're going to get around them playing at the black and blue school, and they're going to then take their money, give it to somebody, some consultant. This guy saying, oh yeah, I'm the best coach in the world. And I used to coach, and I can get your son in scholarship, and these are the schools that we work with. That's what's going on.
It's like buying insurance. It's like buying life insurance for your kid when they 5. Or they're purchasing hope, right? So
hope.
The fine line has to say, like, we're not guaranteeing a scholarship or anything like that. But once you give your money up, it's just, yeah, it's hope. And you could do that to hundreds of thousands of families. I get it. I get it now. I get it.
It's like,
let me explain something to you. The FBU goes around and they have this middle school tournament and they have these camps and stuff, right? The FBU would have a team in Miami. It would come after youth football. They would have teams across the country, and they would do it by city, by state, by city. You would have a team, and it would kind of be by city or state, and they'll come together, play a tournament. FBU will have camps across the country. Then they'll let you get invited to the Army All-American game. But FBU stopped coming. Now think about this: a football all-star camp organization stopped coming to South Florida because the parents didn't want to pay for anything. They felt entitled. So when you would look at the FBU camps, they were strategically placed across the country in places where it's like, well, those aren't hotbed recruiting places of football.
Wow.
But they were in the business, of going places where their business model worked. Not necessarily where the guys were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure they take credit for certain players that already had scholarships and already was looked at and already was evaluated, and then they put them on the front cover of the website and say that they worked with this guy here and that guy and took some pictures, and before you know it, it's almost like a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. Some strong words, Luke. Some strong words. I'll go back. It's like insurance.
That's the clean.
It's like insurance. It's like insurance. It's like, hey, man, give me your money in case some shit happens. Like,
that's a nice way of saying it. But think about it. Think about it. Mom, a lawyer, dad, doctor. They got money. They're spending money for training. They're spending money for all these extra things. They're going to the same places, the Barbarinos and everybody else. They're going to, they're getting the extra training from the trainer on the park and the trainer in the facility. Mm-hmm. And then now it's like, okay, we're playing on a little travel team, or a team here, or a team there. And all of a sudden we got to go the extra mile. Now your name is in the system. And before you know it, you start getting these emails from these organizations, from these recruiting services that say, hey, look, we can get your child an offer. We have this big ass database that we reach out to all these college scouts and we communicate to them on a regular basis. And this is our rate. And before you know it, they then rob the people of their money. So if you're doing that countrywide, and again, like the lady said, it's 4 organizations that's doing that. You have hockey organizations, you have baseball organizations, you have football, and they are raking in tons of money from these gullible parents who have no idea what the hell is really happening when it comes into recruiting.
Does it work sometimes?
Does it work?
Yeah.
Streeter, you know better. You know better. Let me say this. The football guy from Louisville, Texas, or anybody, any place, they can call up Streeter and get that information who that guy is.
Right.
They call Streeter up right now and say, "Hey, Streeter, man, tell me the top 5. Who's the best receiver down there? Who the best running back down there? Who the best D lineman? Is there anybody we miss? Is there anybody?" And Streeter is gonna say, "You may look at Bobby, because Bobby is over there and he's being under recruited, and Bobby got something. You do that, and it becomes word of mouth."
Right.
And so a lot of these parents are getting taken advantage of, in my opinion.
Facts. No, fact, especially in places where the football scene isn't. Every football scene isn't like Miami. Everybody, even if you start traveling up north Florida, like they're not all on par with the football scene. You got high school juniors, 4-stars have not been to a college, haven't been on a tour. So in most places the parents don't have a clue.
It's amazing. Now let me ask you, since I wanted to get into the political part of it, and that's partially one of the main reasons why I probably end up making a strong decision to run for Congress, because I look at this. They're going to speak to Congress. No congressmen and women, they have no idea how NIL works. I was going to get into that because that's a whole nother issue in Congress, NIL. They're trying to come up with legislation and proposals to deal with that issue. And now it's youth sports. So you don't have any congressmen and women who are even remotely aware of these type of things. They have to then look at research and people from their community to try to explain to them on these committees. And at the end of the day, what ends up happening is they fuck up something. But let me ask you, going into this University of Miami game, I know you're getting ready to go out there and and you've been covering the team all year. I want to know, are we going to get any version of this?
Tillman to make the toss as the visitor. It's ahead, and it's...
Are we going to get that? Streeter, please tell me. Give me some hope. Give me some hope. Give me some fucking hope. Tell me we're going to get that, because this is what this game is on. This game is personal just like that. At the coin toss, it's supposed to be the stare down like that. Are we good? Please tell me.
Well, you won't.
You gotta lie to me. Just tell me.
Highsmith, when I interviewed Highsmith told me ever since that coin toss, they took the mics away. You can't hear what the players say anymore, per se. You know what I'm saying? So you won't hear nobody talking. But when it comes to this team has a lot of that in them, Luke. Really? Yeah, we talk about 104,000 screaming fans. I'm at Texas last week, and the fans are walking up to us and talk to these two guys outside selling tickets, and they said Miami only played in front of 70,000, and there's 104 screaming fans gonna be in the stadium tomorrow. And this team, they don't give a fuck, Luke. They don't.
Really?
Nah, they don't. They don't. They're a confident bunch. They're a mature bunch. And I think they have a chip on their shoulder because this ACC, SEC, Big 12, little brother, big brother bullshit, right? What people don't realize is that when they step on the field with you is that, goddamn, they're big, they fast, and they're going to hit you in your mouth. Whether the flag get thrown or not, they're going to hit you. And they don't, this team don't fear. They showed up at Texas the other day. When they got off that bus, I was standing there recording for the Villains. I was live with the Villains, my membership. They was ready from go, Luke. Really? They was ready. Yeah, they was ready. They was ready from go. And the Villains, we had did so much homework, like you've been in there a few times, we had them watched every game. So we felt that Texas A&M wasn't what we thought they were. And when Miami got off those buses, it appeared that they felt the same way.
Really? So I remember calling you up and you said Joe Brown said y'all gonna get there by 11 o'clock.
right.
Like,
Joe Brown getting there at 11 o'clock, Joe. That's game time now. We need y'all a little early, Joe. All right?
So, hey, I was like, okay, well, shit, they getting ready to be like the old Central Rocket days when I was coaching with Telly Lockett. We just stretch at the school, hop out the back of the bus and go play. Fuck the stretching. We going right now on the field and play. I was like, oh Lord.
Joe, I think Joe had his time a little off. Joe had we went back an hour, man. But Joe, they let him. We ain't gonna get there 11. But they got there roughly 9:30. And game faces on. It's like I said, it's a confident bunch. It's a tough bunch, And I think a lot of these teams across the country brought into this ACC bullshit. And I think when Miami step on the field, not the coaches, I'm sure the coaches throughout the week are like Biggie was. Frank, pay attention. These motherfuckers are hitchmen, right? The coach is trying to wake them up and tell them, hey, listen, man, this ain't. But I think when they get on the field, the team realizes, oh, these motherfuckers are actually bigger than us. They faster than us. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you, Streeter, it goes back to it's crazy that you say that, because it goes back to my first conversation with Mario at the Cuban restaurant in Coral Gables.
Mm-hmm.
Get the name of it. It goes back to my first conversation with him, and he's saying, look, man, when I was at bowl practice, the team is not big enough. He was like, we're not big enough. And knowing that he's come from the SEC and he sees these big guys at Alabama and going to Oregon and seeing these big ass Samoans, big everything, he was like, I got to get this team big enough. And then even before that, that's what Mark Richt whole thing was, changing the size of the team, because we always been a Swayze finesse faster than you team. I think people caught up to that. And when Rick came in, he wanted them to be SEC big, similar to Georgia big, and a combination of fast. And so when you look at that and having that conversation, and now you look 4 years later, he has this big ass team and very athletic that's able to compete like that. And I guess that's why we all have issues when we lose 2 games in the ACC, and you go to the game again and you come back and say, hey, look, I go into the villains and you say, hey, look, shit, Streeter, did we look bigger than them people over there? What was going on? You got the motherfucker like JV over there, and we look like Foxy. You know what I'm saying? So I think, which we know, that he built this team and this program to deal with this type of element, this type of football. You know what I'm saying? This type of, okay, you're going to play in the playoff. Majority of the teams in the playoff is going to be from the SEC. Then the other majority of the teams is going to be for the Big Ten. So that's what the fuck you're going to have to deal with. You could build a team to win the ACC, but you're going to get your ass handed to you in the playoffs. Yeah. So when you look at this team, so basically what you're saying is what this man actually built this team to be able to take on these type of teams, correct?
Yeah, Ohio State is giving up, I think, 86 yards a game on the ground. I think Miami's giving up 83, or either the other way around. Nobody has really ran all over them. But what Mario built at Miami, what Miami built, you know what I'm saying, is a defensive line, O-line, big team that's suited to go in there and hand that ball to Mark Fletcher, and it's going to be mano a mano, and we're going to see, okay, if Miami can run the ball on these guys. That's what he's built. He's built a team that can go in there with Ohio State, that can go in there with Georgia, and it's like, okay, motherfucker, we are big enough to run the ball on y'all, and let's see what gives. This is not what people think that you're. Oh, the ACC team, they got a smart coach. They scheme it. No, bro. Like this team was built in the trenches. Purposely, he built it in the trenches. The last 2 years, Miami has recruited more 5 stars in the trenches than any team in the country.
Wow.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they line up, put Mark Fletcher in the pistol, and they do have success early versus Ohio State running the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, because I sat down and watched 6 of their games. When you're a coach, you can sit there and evaluate the film, and break it down to whatever terms I can break it down and kind of get a good idea as to what they're trying to do on offensive side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. I think they're weak between the guard and the 2 guards, and they like to do a lot of pulling. And Bo Jackson is a very patient runner. He knows how to run between the tackles based on what they do and all that. And I know Day is now calling the plays because I don't think he's trusting his offensive coordinator, now head coach at South Florida. And then you got Tate, you got Jeremiah, you got Bo Jackson. I think Bo Jackson is the most lethal threat to touch the ball more than anybody, to then put in a situation where either you're going double coverage Jeremiah, you can go cover 2, or you're going to have to go cover 3 man, which is going to be very difficult. Now, you covered Jeremiah Smith since he was 8 years old, or maybe younger than that.
Yeah.
You've seen him go from Jeremiah Smith on the park, Jeremiah Smith at high school, Jeremiah Smith now in college. You're very good friends with the family. You're very close with them. You was a part of the recruiting process, knowing a lot about that. Now he's a Ohio State football player. Mm-hmm. Is this game personal for him?
Well, it sounded like it the other day, right? No, it sounded like it the other day, right? It sounded like the other day that he was basically like somebody asked him a question about Miami and talking about the revenge and what happened in 2000, and he sounded like he's fed up with it. And it was like the first day of media. He was like, "Hey, listen, they keep talking about something happened 20 years ago. I'm surprised he didn't say I wasn't even born." But then he ended it with, "Hey, we'll have something from him come December 31st." And I just think that's Jeremiah. I just think that's Jeremiah talking from his heart, not necessarily talking from a media place where the team wants to sit down and say, "Hey, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to talk about this," being polished, right? I think he said what was on his mind. His competitiveness came out, and he basically said, "Hey, they will have something from him on December 31st. So is it, he made the right decision. God damn it, he's the most famous college football player the last 2 years in college football. He got ads everywhere. So if he was close to coming to Miami, he chose Ohio State, and he made the right decision. So is it personal for him? I think anytime he has to come back home to Miami, right? So the last thing he wants is to come home with an L. You know what I'm saying, in the summer, and the people in Miami gets to say, you should have stayed home. You should have stayed home. Even though he's filthy rich and he's super famous, the fans are still going to feel the same way. But here's the thing, Luke. You got Brandon Ennis, who you got CJ Donaldson, who Miami didn't recruit, the running back, who went to West Virginia. Now he's a running back. Then we got Mark Fletcher, who cried when Ohio State offered him, then decommitted when he found out some things that he didn't like about the recruiting process, decommitted, and now he ended up with Miami. Like, oh,
I didn't know that.
Yes, you got the picture of Malachi going around with the Ohio State headband on as a freshman, like he liked Ohio State early in his recruitment. But it's a lot of entwined going on between the recruiting of Miami and Ohio State. But I would think personally for Jeremiah to ask the question. No, I'm sure he doesn't want to come back home. I'm sure he wants to kick our ass because he wants to complete. Hey, listen, I made the right decision. We kicked our ass, and I became super famous. And one of these days, they're gonna give me the Heisman.
Yeah. What does any part of Miami making a statement some time ago? I mean, you can tell me whether it's true or not. When they got JoJo and they said, "Oh, we didn't recruit Jeremiah that heavy because we thought JoJo was a better athlete than him." That's not true. I think when they put them next to each other, they saw what a lot of people see, that JoJo is one of the most fluid athletes. Like the things that he do come easy. Like he makes it look easy. You've seen numerous kids, Luke. You've seen some kids where it's like they woke up in the morning and football comes easy to them. Being athletic comes easy to them. And I think when they put them side to side, like, and saw them both in workouts, they felt JoJo had that, not necessarily the machine that Jeremiah is when it comes to work ethic and all these things. But he had that. Like,
the talent side of it was like JoJo had an edge on that.
Right. Yeah, that I think just like you say, I really hope we find a way to get JoJo the ball because I think that sibling rivalry will take place, which will make it a classic game. And for more reasons, it'll be two guys from South Florida take over national TV on New Year's Eve, along with Malachi, and along with Fletcher, along with and like I keep telling people, you got to watch Ennis. You got to watch Ennis in the cut. We're joined by one of the greats of all greats, Melvin Bratton, former player, University of Miami football. What up, Mel?
What it do, bro? What's happening?
Hey, man. Hey, we getting ready for Ohio State, baby.
Man, listen. They run their capping. I know Jeremiah wasn't born, but we talking about some old shit from back in the day, bro. This is like we hadn't slept since that goddamn day, bro. When they robbed us. You know what I'm saying? So, no, this blood and these youngins that's coming in with Ruben Bain, them, they get it. They get it, dog. They really get it, man. So I'm excited about this game.
I mean, hey, man, we already know you and Baines and all y'all family and the Baines family. You practically raised this kid from a kid, and if anybody on that team he knows because of the association with you and the uncle and everybody else.
Well, Talbot Bain, my best friend and college roommate, T. Bain used to take, we call him Shine. They used to take Ruben Bain, Lil Shine. He loaded up in we call it the kidnap van, and he would put him in the kidnap van and take him down south to all the camps. So as 8th grade, he had like 5 or 6 shorties that he used to take down there. So Ruben Bain, which is Shine, he understands the culture. And then when they was coming out of high school, he had the same mindset because, that we had. He wanted to go change that program. Let's rewind. Let's go back. How all this shit got started. It started with, far as 2 Live Crew #1, Luther Campbell saw me in high school, right, at a jam. I don't know if you remember this. It was at a park, and I was my senior year, and I was indecisive where I was gonna go, and I took a trip to Michigan, Ohio State, Pitt, Texas A&M sent a private jet to pick up me, Bain, and Tommy Streeter, and I was supposed to go to Southern Cal. I was going so I could just check out the chicks out there in Hollywood, so I ain't give a shit about the USC, but I want to take that trip. So I run into you, right, my senior year, and you walked up to me, and you saw it say Melvin Bratton. I said, man, that's Luther Campbell. That's Luke, Uncle Luke. What up, bro? Like that. He said, all right, what the hell you gonna do? You remember this? You said, man, what the hell you gonna do? Come on, man, stay here and change this program around. And it was one more, Bob Kaufman, the coach from Killian. He had a show that came on Saturday after the football game, and they had the replay. They played the Northwestern games replay, and he was doing the commentating. So then Bob Kaufman, about a week later, say, somebody better tell Mel Bratton if he stays home, he can go to University of Miami and play right away. And because all we have is Speedy Neal, Albert Bentley, and Keith Griffin. I'm like, damn, okay. So now me and High, fast forward, me and High on the phone every night, we met, in high school. And I was like, bro, what you gonna do? He said, man, I don't know. What you gonna do? I said, man, I'm sick of these fucking Ohio States. I visit Ohio State. When you go to Ohio State, all they say, man, whatever you do, don't go